Okay, so for months, the entire Miraculous fandom was absolutely convinced that Lady Chaos would be Marinette. And honestly, the theory made sense, right? Like the name, the whole contrast with Ladybug's creation powers, the insane amount of pressure she's been under since season 5 ended. It all lined up perfectly. But then the trailer dropped, and it just flipped everything on its head. Because Lady Chaos is not Marinette at all. Lady Chaos is Amelie Graham de Vanily, Felix's mom, Adrien's aunt, and honestly, probably the person who knows more secrets about the Agreste family than literally anyone else alive. And here's the thing. When you look back, the clues were right there. Her title has always been Lady Amelie, Lady Chaos. It was staring us in the face the whole time. But we missed it because we were so locked into the Marinette theory that we forgot the most dangerous people in the show aren't the ones wearing masks. They're the ones who know what's behind them. So today, we're breaking down everything we know from the trailer. We're going to build a theory about what this episode is actually about, and most importantly, we need to talk about why Amelie's akumatization might be the single most dangerous thing that happens in season 6. Not because of her powers, but because of what she knows. And look, this is going to get heavy, so let's just dive in. The trailer opens with something that seems really simple and sweet. Adrien wants to learn more about his father. And this has been like a whole thing throughout season 6, right? Adrien's not satisfied anymore with the clean, perfect version of Gabriel Agreste that everyone keeps feeding him. He wants the real story. Who was his dad before the fashion empire, before the fame, before everything just completely fell apart? And so Nino, being the supportive best friend he is, and clearly borrowing some of Alia's journalist energy, suggests they interview people who actually knew Gabriel personally. So they set up a camera, they grab one of those light reflectors, and they start asking questions. And the first person they interview is Natalie, which makes total sense. She worked with Gabriel for years. She was right there beside him for everything. And then the second interview is with Amelie, and this is where the bomb starts ticking. Because here's the thing about Amelie that makes her different from every other character in the show. She knows everything. Felix told her. She knows Gabriel was Monarch, she knows Adrien is a Sentimonster, she knows about the Miraculous, the Wish, the cost of it all. Every single secret that Marinette is desperately trying to keep from Adrien, Amelie has the full picture. Like, she has all the puzzle pieces. Now, imagine sitting across from your nephew, the sweet, clueless, golden-hearted boy, and he's asking you innocent questions about his father, like, what was my dad like when he was young? Did he love my mom? Was he a good person? And you know the answer to every single one of those questions is basically a nightmare. You can see it in the trailer. Marinette is panicking. She's doing that classic, awkward laugh that everything is fine face, while internally she is screaming, because every question Adrien asks is a landmine, and Amelie is literally sitting right on top of all of them. And okay, so this brings us to the big question. What actually pushes Amelie over the edge? What breaks her? Because there are two possible scenarios here, and both of them are absolutely devastating. Scenario 1, she wants to tell the truth and Marinette stops her. So in this version, Amelie reaches a point during the interview where she just can't keep lying anymore. Maybe Adrien says something heartbreaking like, I just wish I knew if my dad was proud of me. And Amelie's heart just shatters because she knows Gabriel literally tried to erase reality instead of being honest with his son. So she starts to speak. Maybe she's about to reveal the truth, and Marinette intervenes. She physically pulls Adrien out of the room. She pushes Nino out. She says something to Amelie, maybe a warning like, you can't tell him, not like this. And Amelie is left alone, conflicted, guilty, furious. She wanted to give Adrien the truth he deserves, and she was silenced. And that guilt and frustration, that impossible position of knowing the truth but being forbidden from sharing it, that's exactly the kind of negative emotion that Chrysalis feeds on. Scenario 2. She lies and it destroys her internally. So in this version, Amelie does what Marinette wants. She smiles, she gives safe answers, she paints this picture of Gabriel as a loving father and a brilliant designer, but every word is poison in her mouth because she knows the real Gabriel was a terrorist who enslaved Paris, who created children as tools, who destroyed lives. And the act of lying to Adrien's face, this boy who looks so much like his father, who trusts her completely, it breaks something inside her. And that self-disgust, that feeling of being complicit in this massive deception, opens the door for the akuma. And personally, I think it's a combination of both. Like, she tries to hint at the truth, Marinette shuts it down, and then the weight of the silence just crushes her. Now, let's talk about her powers, because they are legitimately fascinating. From the trailer, we see Lady Chaos slamming the staff into the ground, and it generates this growing dome of black and red energy. And there's also this mysterious symbol that appears on the ground, something that doesn't match the Miracle Box design, but clearly has some kind of mystical significance. And here's my theory about her power. Lady Chaos doesn't create physical destruction. She creates informational chaos. Her power is literally the weaponization of secrets and lies. Think about it. Her emotional trigger is the burden of hidden truth. So her akumatized power would logically be related to that, right? The dome she creates might be a zone where all lies are exposed, or maybe the opposite, where truth becomes impossible to distinguish from fiction. Inside the dome, nobody can trust what they hear. Every statement sounds equally true and equally false. Secrets spill out uncontrollably, but they're mixed with fabrications, making it impossible to know what's real. And this is why it's called chaos. Not physical chaos, but like epistemic chaos, the destruction of certainty itself. And look, this is absolutely terrifying for Marinette, because if Lady Chaos's dome reaches Adrien, every secret could come flooding out. Gabriel being Monarch, Adrien being a Sentimonster, Marinette knowing everything, but it's all jumbled together with lies, making the revelation even more traumatic because Adrien wouldn't know what to believe. And there's also this interesting comparison to Kagami's lie power from when she was akumatized. Kagami's dome was white and blue, Amelie's is black and red. Same concept, truth and lies, but darker, more destructive, more personal. This isn't a child's frustration with dishonesty. This is a mother's rage at a system of deception that has consumed her entire family. Okay, so now we need to address the elephant in the room. Where is Felix? Because Amelie is akumatized and her son, Felix, aka Argos, is nowhere to be seen in the trailer. And this is actually unprecedented in Miraculous. Whenever a parent is akumatized, their child is always at the center of the battle. It's like a narrative rule. So where is Felix? And there are three possibilities here. Theory 1, his role is too spoiler-heavy to show. Maybe Felix does something so significant in this episode, like maybe he confronts his mother inside the dome, maybe he reveals a secret himself, that showing even a single frame of it would ruin the episode, so they just cut him out entirely. Theory 2, Felix is the reason Amelie is in Paris. Without him, maybe they had a fight. Maybe Felix told her to stay out of Adrien's life, and she came anyway because she felt obligated to protect the truth. And his absence is actually part of her emotional pain. Theory 3, Felix arrives late and becomes the key to deakumatizing her. Like, Cat Noir can fight Lady Chaos physically, but only Felix can reach Amelie emotionally. He might show up in the final act, remove his mask, and talk his mother down, making this one of the most emotionally powerful deakumatizations in the entire series. And personally, I'm leaning toward Theory 3, because it would give Felix a heroic moment that isn't about combat, it's about love, and it would parallel Adrien's own complicated relationship with his parent. Here's the thing. Lady Chaos is not just a villain of the week episode. This is a pressure test on the biggest lie in the show, the cover-up of Gabriel Agreste's legacy. Marinette has been holding the secret like a grenade with the pin half pulled, and Amelie's akumatization is proof that the secret is too big for one person to contain. Other people know, other people are suffering because of the silence, and eventually the truth will come out, not because a villain forces it, but because good people can't bear the weight of the lie anymore. The question isn't if Adrien finds out the truth about his father anymore, it's how much damage will the secret cause before he does. And Lady Chaos is the warning shot. The dome is growing, and sooner or later, it's gonna reach Adrien. So drop your theories in the comments, let me know what you think is going to happen, and most importantly, say something nice about Amelie, because honestly, she deserves it.